Hello, 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 what is up? Okay, before we begin, I want to show you something super cool. Just look at this reference, bro. How sick is this reference? We have the side view, we have the front view, we have the third quarter view, and where did I get this reference from? That is what I want to share with you. So just go ahead, go to Nano Banana and to Google AI and just type this prompt. Create a color digital portrait sculpt reference from image featuring whatever character you want. And then the image should display three angles, front, side, and third quarter, equally spaced. Just use this prompt, bro. And whatever you want, write it here. And look at this. Damn, bro. Look at what AI cooked. And I don't know why people are so against AI, bro. This is so good. I wanted a similar thing for Keanu Reeves. So today I was making Neo, and look at the job that AI did. This is so good. I even tried it for Hitler. So he went on and made me a reference. Look at this. Damn, bro. This is so cool. And for this one, I used grayscale digital sculpted reference. That is because I wanted a bit of a matte cap look. I wanted a bit of a viewport shading look. And this is insane. This is insane. So whenever you want to make something and you're short on references, just go ahead, go to Nano Banana and get your references, bro. This is amazing. I, I'm really just blown away by how cool this technology is. Damn it, I know, right? It's insane. Hey, Shizuma, what's up, man? You never break the record, right? And here's the Neo that I sculpted from the reference. It's still a work in progress. It's still a work in progress. But so far, this is what we have. Neo from the Matrix. I love the Matrix movie. And yeah, that light was a bit annoying, so I turned it off. But yeah, bro, this is insane. This is insane. I don't know, bro. If you're not using AI in this age and date, bro, you're gonna be left behind. This is the tool, bro. This is such a cool tool. I am amazed. This is so cool, man. Looks so badass. Hell yeah. Guns blazing, bro. It's still a work in progress. Why are you sculpting, bro? Just use AI, bro. That is like, come on, bro. Like, why do mathematicians exist? Why not just use calculators? It's silly question, bro. And even if AI takes away jobs of 3D artists, I hope that day never comes. But still, I just believe. I don't know. This is what I think. I believe, bro, that there will always be a demand for handmade stuff. No matter what replaces you, no matter how developed AI comes, there will always be a demand for true art, which is done by hand by an artist. And the reason I believe this is because just look around you. There's so many products to buy, vehicles, cars, I don't know, shoes, whatever. But there's always this luxurious air around things that are made by hand and not by a machine which is like a copy paste machine. So yeah, I think it is cool. And bro, I think if you want to get into sculpting, if you really want to try sculpting, if you want to get into sculpting, you should do it for the sake of the art. You shouldn't be doing it for, I don't know, bro, I want to get a job or something. Do it for the sake of the art, bro. This is like an activity. This is an activity like playing video games is, like, I don't know, watching porn is. But this is a much healthier activity. Though you shouldn't watch porn. Porn is very bad. Disgusting. Yeah, the side effects of porn, bro, you have no idea. How it interferes in your life, how it makes you less productive, how it decreases your attention span, how it makes your monkey brain just literally just a monkey. It makes you a monkey. Thank you for mentioning me in your last video. Of course, my pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. And yeah, thank you for the generous reviews and the feedback. It just really helps me out. It's a win-win, bro. I mean, the most pleasurable thing, the most fulfilling thing that I experience in this line of work is when I see other people get results. So that is the best feeling ever. When they are sculpting the characters that they want, they're like, "Yeah, thank you, bro. I thought I had to be a doctor if I wanted to learn sculpting, but thank you. You just made this so much easier for me." That is what I like to hear. That is why I do what I do. Because seriously, I know, bro. When I was learning, when I was struggling, it was such a pain in the ass. It was so overwhelming. And the reality is, this is not difficult. This is not difficult at all. So many people, they just have unrealistic expectations and they don't have a proper system to study from. This is the two things that they don't have: a proper system to study and the patience to suck a while. It's okay if you suck, bro. Just look at anything that you can do now. Anything at all. From brushing your teeth to driving a car to sculpting. It's the same thing. When you do it for the first time, you suck, bro. You suck. You suck, bro. I don't know if you've ever drove a manual car. I'm sure you've missed the clutch a few times. No one had it perfect. It's just that the modern time, the social media, video games, porn, cheap dopamine have set unrealistic expectations for us. A person who plays video games, he thinks everything is a video game. He thinks, wow, bro, why? Like, if I want a skin in a video game, bro, I just grind for a few hours and I have it. Why is it not the same with sculpting? Because this is real life, dumbass. Jerry, this is real life, bro. Things here take time. It's the same concept as a video game. The more you do it, the better you get. But it takes time. It takes much longer than a video game. This is not something you can play overnight and learn with your boys. So if you have these two things, if you have the patience to suck a while, you'll be like, yeah, bro, I mean, I know I suck. It's okay. I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to sculpt for a month and then I'm going to judge if I'm improving or not. I will allow myself that time. And bro, whenever you make any progress, like even if you can get the basic proportions, the basic shape of the head right, that is progress. Allow yourself to be happy. You don't have to be happy when you sculpt Omni Man, bro. Don't delay your happiness until you can sculpt Omni Man. Just delay it a bit. Anytime you get any progress, that is progress. That is you moving forward. So just have realistic expectations. Have a good system to learn. By good system, I mean my courses. Of course, I'm biased, bro. That is the whole reason I made them. That is the only reason I made my courses, because I know how overwhelming it can be. And I just want to make that process much less painful, much more enjoyable, much more achievable. Yeah, for those who don't want to invest, I have a free 1 month head sculpting challenge. Bro. A free 1 month sculpting challenge where you can learn from. What's your excuse now? I'm giving you a free resource, a free step by step, level by level resource. I'm giving you free 3D models, everything that you need. What's your excuse now? I show you results. Just go ahead, look at the champion section. You will see results of people improving. If they can, why can't you? Why? And yeah, it seems like I'm in a good mood today, where I can talk a lot. Usually, I don't know, bro. I don't like talking so much. Unless someone in the chat is a good, what do you call it? A good Samaritan? Yeah. If someone is a good Samaritan, engages me in a conversation, I love talking. Other than that, I cannot talk without any, I don't know, bro. It's difficult for me to keep talking about something. So, whenever there's a good Samaritan and he's talking to me, I talk. But when they're gone, I don't know what to talk about. Sometimes I share a tip here and there. But yeah, other than that, bro, I don't know what to talk. Seriously. I don't know how these streamers they just keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking. So that is a skill in itself. That is literally a skill. I've been watching your progress for a while now. Couldn't really tune into the stream and all, but it's honestly impressive. I have seen you grind Blender personally on the squad. Is the Davinci School still free? I made my first post there and had some stuff I needed to do, and I'm thinking to get back. And yeah, thank you, man. It has been a grind, honestly, and it's just to be honest, bro. The grind it didn't feel like a grind to me. Only some days when I don't feel like sculpting, I'm like, bro, I don't want to sculpt. I have to force myself to take action that day. Other than that, this has been such a fulfilling journey for me because I've been interested in sculpting characters since I was in university. That is the first time I ever sculpted a character, and I delayed it for 7 years because it was so difficult. Because I was a Jerry, I was a monkey brain, bro. Is it no? The Da Vinci School is not free, but right now it is on at a discount. So let me show you. The Da Vinci School right now is at a discount. So the old price was 37 a month. If you join right now, you can join for 29 a month, and you will lock this price. So once I relaunch this community, I will be relaunching this with new tiers. I mean, I'm just waiting for the school update. And after that, this will go back to the original price. If someone does not want a subscription platform, they can go here to the Blender Sculptor Pro and get all of these courses for a single payment. Like these materials that I give inside here, they are worth more than $400. But you just pay 97 and it is yours for life. If I release more courses, when I release more courses, the prices is going to go up again. But if you join right now, you will get all of the future updates for free. For the free community, we have the 1 month sculpting challenge. This one is free. Over here, you just get this 1 month sculpting challenge. This is a 4-week program that will walk you through how to sculpt a face step by step. And if you want to see results, yeah, let's go to the champion tab. You can see people getting results within 22 days, 15 days, 25 days, 24 days, 22 days, 20 days, 11 days, bro. This is insane. Yeah, I have all of the options. I help the brokies. I help people who are serious. I help people who want personal help. I cover everybody, bro. You know the truth about brokies? They're not brokies. They'll happily spend the same amount on a video game, but they won't invest in themselves. They'll be like, oh no, bro, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And why do I know this? I know this because I was that Jerry. Whenever I would see a video game on sale, I would be like, hey, bro, shut up and take my money, bro. But when I saw a course that I was really interested in on sale, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. And I would think, yeah, let me save this money and I can invest this somewhere else, bro. Where? Where? The best investment is always in yourself. That is always the best investment. And for those who think, oh, bro, I'll just save my cash, I'll just save a few dollars, you need to realize, bro, that there's a hidden cost with not investing in yourself. And that hidden cost is your time. Your time. The same thing which you can get in a course and learn in a month might take you a year to figure out on yourself. Don't you think a year of your time is worth a few dollars? So anyone who has respect for their time, they do not hesitate. And I'm not saying this to convince you to buy my courses. Seriously, no. If you have another favorite creator, go ahead, buy their program, buy their course. If there's anything you're ever interested in learning, invest. Because the same thing that you'll be spending, uh, I don't know, bro. How much would a course be? At max, I think any course nowadays, good courses, they're not worth more than 100, $200. Okay, let's cap it at $200. But for that $200, bro, you save years of your time. You save so much trial and error. The most common thing that I get to hear, yeah, but bro, everything is available on YouTube. Yes, it is definitely there. But do you want to go through every piece of content, filtering out good advice, bad advice, good advice, bad advice? And you also want to realize, bro, that majority of the creators, they don't incentivize you. Their intention is not helping you. Their intention is to just get that view from you. And for that view, bro, they will lead you astray. They'll make, I don't know, let's say you're interested in sculpting. Okay, they'll make a course, how to sculpt a cute character in 15 minutes. You'll be like, yeah, see, I found a tutorial, bro. It's going to teach me how to sculpt in 15 minutes. You learn nothing at the end of that tutorial. You just follow a step-by-step blueprint and you get that. You get that whatever is all that was promised. But what did you learn? Nothing. They didn't teach you any new concepts. They just taught you do this, do that, do this, do that, voila. An example, let me give you an example, bro. So let's say you're following a product rendering tutorial, okay? You follow a product rendering tutorial. And there's this one guy who teaches you product rendering will be like, hey bro, make a cylinder, add these many vertices, do this, do that, do this, do that, add an area light, give the light a value of 0.5, make the light yellow, give this exact hue, he'll give you the hex code and you'll follow it and voila. At the end of it, you have a beautiful render. You have it. But what did you learn? Nothing. The next time you try to make a product render on your own, you know nothing. Nothing. Now compare this to a creator who's like, bro, the reason we are adding an area light is because this is a natural light. The reason we are using this amount of spread is because the more spread you use, the softer the light will be. The less spread you use, the harder the light will be. And this is a cosmetic thing. This what we're modeling right now is a cosmetic. So for cosmetic, we want it to be a bit more smooth. We will use this colors because this colors is what attracts a female, and he's giving you so much value. He's giving you so many concepts, and at the end of it, you're like, shit, bro, I have this result, and I also know what I can do on my own now. So the next time you're gonna be making a product render, you have all of that knowledge with you, and you can apply it on your sculpt, on your render, whatever. That is the difference between a good and a bad program. A good program teaches you the concepts, enables you to do things on your own, bro. But a bad program is just a step-by-step thing which you follow for a while, you get the result, but at the end you learned nothing. Nothing. What does the future look like for you right now? Like making characters for video games and all? Also, by the way, have you ever gotten into game dev? Yes, bro. So a lot of people here do not know, but I've been in the mobile game industry for more than 6 years. And throughout the 6 years, I've worked in 2 companies where I was the only artist. They had no one else, bro. I was the only artist and everyone else was a developer. So what I would be doing, bro, is I would make environments, I would make props, I would make characters, I would rig them, I would animate them, I would UV them, I would texture them. So everything 3D related inside those games was done by me. For 2 companies. And for future for me, it's, bro, I want to be a creator, a full-time creator. I do some freelance projects here and there, But what I want to do is I want to be a full-time creator. I believe that, bro. If you want complete freedom on the things that you create, you have to be a creator. Otherwise, you're working a job or you're going to be freelancing and you won't get that opportunity. You'll be doing someone else's work. That is an end to your own creativity. Hey, Sak, awesome stream. When you sculpt. Oh, damn, bro. Hey, man, what's up? We have celebrities here today. Welcome to the stream, my man. Can you sculpt an Orthodox Jew? You know what? I've already done it. Do you want to have a look? Don't forget the streamal. What's a streamal? Yep, so far so good. Yep, what were we talking about? We were talking about, yeah, the future. But I just personally believe if you're the best at what you do, no matter what it is, there is a future for you. But anyone who's like, hey, bro, I think I should learn product rendering because it's really in trend right now. I should learn how to sculpt because it's really in trend right now. I heard game companies, they pay really well to character artists. Bro, you're doomed. Okay, you're just doing it because you're not doing it for the fun. You're not doing it for the art. You're doing it for the money. And that is exhausting. That is exhausting. I was doing product renders before this. I was a product renderer. I was product visualizing on Upwork. Yeah, it paid me good, but here I am, eventually tired. Yes, sure. All right, guys. Let me show you a Jew that I sculpted a few days ago. Jew. Okay. No. Bro, don't load yet. Ah! Oh, yes. I was able to drag it to the other monitor. I'm gonna bring it on this screen very slowly. All right. In 1, 2, 3. There we have a Jew. Yeah, bro, always remember to keep your eyes separate. Okay, don't make it one model because you can rotate it in funny ways if you want. Yeah, always sculpt them on the inside. Don't make the eyes super round, bro. Sculpt the pupil part inside. That will help you with a bit more realism, a bit more believability. There we have the Jew. Yeah, we even made the braid thing. I don't know what this is called, but it's a very iconic thing for these people. But yep, there we have it. Oh, let's see how he would look without a beard. Because why not? Okay, this is bad, bro. I should have made the hair and the beard a separate object, but never mind, it's okay. There you have it, bro. We made a Jew. Next thing, we might make Hitler. I already have made the references here. I was showing everyone how you should use Nano Banana. And just look at this reference. This is a perfect reference for anyone who wants to sculpt anything. Just copy this prompt here for whatever character that you want to make and just replace it here with your character. So I don't know, featuring Daredevil, featuring the Punisher, featuring your favorite celebrity. Just copy this prompt and rename it. Wait, where's the Joker? Here. Just kidding. Here's the Joker. This is where we're making the Joker. Yes, Uncle H. But please, YouTube will hit you, unfortunately. Uh, I'm not sure, bro. Will really YouTube hit me? Because I see that there are a lot of videos here. I mean, let's go to an incognito tab. Let's see. Is there any Hitler fan art video here? Oh, damn, you're right, bro. There's literally no Hitler fan art here. Is that because it does not has any fans? Or is it because it's not allowed? Hitler painting. Yup, okay. Hitler's embarrassing painting. We have something. Okay, we have something here. But yeah, there's no process or anything. Was Hitler a good painter? But no Hitler fan art. Maybe we should try. Yo, what the fuck is that? Which one, bro? We've scrolled through a lot of things here. Yeah, they struck my Instagram for posting him on story. Talon Mao and everyone else is totally fine, of course. Oh, really? Is there literally no art of Hitler on any channel? Let's see. Hitler painting. Oh, you can't search here. On a phone, you can actually search what you want to see. But I guess that is not the case here. Hitler painting Instagram. Yup. There's no portrait of him whatsoever. You can see his pictures. Okay, we have a sketch. Okay, we have a Hitler sketch. How big is this one? This creator. Okay. I see why Instagram did not ban this. He's not a big creator. Not a lot of people have seen this. But this is interesting. The Jew was my what the fuck reaction. Yes, we have sculpted a Jew, bro. This was a fun experiment. I was studying different races, different classes of people. And I thought, why not do a Jew study? Because why not? There is some art, but it's very sensitive stuff, so people usually don't mess with it. You can be the first. Bro, I don't mind being the first. I mind being the last. There's been some really bad signs around me. I saw another creator, and recently his YouTube, the whole channel got removed because of something he posted there. So, not sure. Maybe we can make like a different channel to experiment with these things. Let's name it something else. This one is the sculpting brown guy. We could make it the sculpting controversialist or something like that. And if they take it off, they can take it off. It's okay. But at least we can try. It's also interesting because the other day, when I wanted to sculpt the Jew character, I tried Nano Banana and I was like, hey bro, generate me a reference. And it did not. It was like, no, I don't work on people or races, or I don't want to be racist or something, and it did not generate me a reference. I used the same prompt and I wrote, make it of a Muslim. Guess what? I had two females with hijab as a reference. I had the front, the side, and everything, bro. 271K faces, 6 billion faces. Yeah, let's see how far are we. Okay, when this thing hits 271, 100,000, yeah, this might get removed. Blender might crash. We'll see. We'll see. Wild. Yeah, I know, right, bro. It just did not. It refused. But not much that can be done about it. What else? Did I miss anything? Nope. I've answered everything. I might be the only creator who's super active with the chat. And I believe that this is the point of coming live anyways. So I'm less focused here, but I'm more focused here. I like to be very responsive. That is also because when I join other streams, they're not very responsive. They're busy with their stuff, and I get that. Of course, I get that. They want to demonstrate their skills. But for me, I feel like this is a back and forth interaction thing. And yep, this reference too, by the way, this is AI generated. This is generated by Nano Banana, Google AI. This is amazing, bro. I don't know, whatever you want to sculpt, bro. Just copy the prompt that I showed you and write in your reference. It will generate it for you. This is such a tool, bro. And I don't know why are artists so against AI? Bro, it is just a tool. It is just a tool. And you know, if AI can replace you right now, if the current AI can replace you, you know what the truth is? You suck. Seriously. If AI can replace you right now, bro, you were never good to begin with. Especially the 3D AI, bro. It's not that good. It's pretty crappy. Yep. So at least we are safe. I think AI has affected some jobs, especially in the concept designing stuff. So as a concept artist, that has been affected. Why? Because let's say there's a new serial or a new game coming out and they want to try some different visuals, they want to try some different styles. If they are ask an artist to do it, he's going to take hours to make maybe one, or I don't know, a few days to give some uh, to give you some options. But with the AI, you can generate within a couple of minutes, bro. But still, I believe AI is more like an ideation tool rather than something that can replace you completely. So even for concept artists, AI can help you develop the style. But of course, when working in studio, you want everything to be laser precise. And that can only be done if you have some sort of human touch to it, or human involvement to it. And yeah, bro, even if, when there is AI, who do you think is controlling the AI? There's someone sitting on top of it, giving him instructions, telling ChatGPT or Google AI what to do. That is an artist, or maybe a prompt engineer. Where is the prompt? Oh, I did not show the prompt. Let me just copy paste it here, and you can save it. So So this is the prompt. Let's use the Joker version because Joker is always really nice. So here's the prompt, bro. So where it's saying featuring Joaquin Phoenix Joker, just write whatever you want, whatever character you want. How long has it been? How long have you been streaming? 39 minutes. 39 minutes with so much talking. I think this is good. Oh, by the way, I'm also working on Neo on the side. So let me show you guys the Neo that I'm working on. The Neo from the Matrix. Yeah. So we're going to be having Neo very, very soon. You know the sad part about this? The sad part about this, I forgot to press record. So I just forgot to open OBS and record when I was sculpting this Neo row. That is such a shame. And I know a lot of you are trying to be content creators here as well. You are in the process of doing it. And sometimes you're bummed about, hey, bro, I forgot to turn on OBS. It happens, bro. It still happens till to this date. To me, it happens. I forget to press record. Sometimes my microphone is off, and yep, all sort of things. Sometimes I'm covering a song. I want to see how I sound in this song, and then I have some filters on OBS, and yeah, I forgot to turn them off. So my voice is echoing. It has reverb and everything. It's a mess, bro. And yeah, but it can happen to anyone, anytime. Yep, I'm really happy with the result here so far. I'm trying to figure out a way to make clothes better because previously whenever I've made clothes they have been superhuman characters, superhero characters, and for superheroes, bro, all you have to do is to just mask part of the body and make it a separate mesh. That is a superhero clothing. I don't know what they all wear spandex or something, so it's always body tight. But these kind of clothes, I'm trying to find a better way to do it. Right now I did this all with the sphere, but I'm thinking maybe we can do it with the plane or something. But with the plane you can't remesh, so you have to use multi-res. It's still experimenting. Yeah, that is the point of every project that you should do. With every project, just try to learn something new. Something new. Just practice deliberately. And you will get results. I saw this on your Instagram. Looks incredible. Thanks, man. It's awful to create and see it's not recorded at all. Yep. Not at all. I forgot to press the record button. All right, time to work on the ear. By the way, let me give you some tips for ears. So whenever you're sculpting ears, bro, just remember, no one cares about the ear. No one cares what the ear looks like. So this is the least important part of your sculpt. You just need to learn how to make one generic ear, and you can literally copy paste it on every model that you make. Like for example, if you're working at the eyes you have to be very particular of the shapes. There are many eyes. There are Asian eyes, there are hunter eye, there are almond eyes. I don't know, bro, so many eyes. But ear, there's only human ear and elf ear. That is it. That is the only two ears you will ever encounter. And let me prove my point, bro, of how important ears are. They're not. Let me prove this point. If I show you a picture of some random ears and one of those ears is of your mother, you wouldn't be able to recognize it. You wouldn't be able to recognize your own mom's ear. I can't even do it, bro. I can't do it either. That is how important ears are. No one cares, bro. Just learn how to make one generic ear and just copy paste it on every sculpt. No one cares. No one cares. Yeah, this is the most you have to do for any ear in the world, bro. Now, ears used to be one of the most complicated things that I had to sculpt when I was learning. Now it's just an unskippable side quest, which is super annoying. It's tedious. It's not difficult. It's just tedious. I don't want to do it. For example, if this was an elf character, it's the same ear, bro. Just pull this thing out, shape it like an elf. Yeah, there you have it. Elf ears, so easy. And anyone who's teaching you, I don't know the name of these terms. I don't even know what they're called. Let's Google. Let's Google. Okay. Let me do some questions. For the jacket, I'd mask extract, quadri mesh to get a low poly, drag it down and get the coat shape, and quadri mesh again to start working from lower subdivision to higher. That is a good method. That is a good method. The lower you start with the clothes, the better the folds look. I agree, bro. I think this rule just applies to everything. As long as you have a good low poly base, all of the details they just look good. It's like, I don't know, bro. You have gold, you're decorating gold, it's still gold. But if the base is shit, bro, no matter how many pores you add to it, no matter you have the perfect skin texture, the perfect skin rendering, but it's a shitty base, it is still shit. If you put flowers on poop, it is still poop. So focus on the base. Just make sure that the base is not shitty. Your anatomy. Yeah, bro. You know, if you go and watch some tutorials, this is what you're gonna see. Okay? This is what you're gonna see. Where's the image? I just saw one. Yep, here. Let's open this in new tab. Yeah, the concha. The I don't know. This is blurred. Isn't there a clear label for this? Yeah. The concha, the scapha, the scura, the triangular fossa, the tubrica of the helix. Bro, literally, these are the terms that instructors are teaching online. Like, who cares, bro? Who cares that this is called the concha? Just call it the nine and the Y shape. That is completely fine. And this is where most artists they waste their time. They're learning anatomy and they're learning sculpting like a doctor, whereas they should be learning this like an artist. Guys, Ishaq and I will do a sculpting stream together tomorrow where he will teach me this stuff from scratch. I'll schedule it on my channel shortly. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it as well. Just go ahead, guys, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss this stream. It's gonna be a fun session. We're gonna sculpt something. We still have to think, decide on what we have to sculpt. We were hoping we could sculpt Uncle H, but yeah, it seems to be a bit of a sensitive topic. What do you guys think? What do you think we should sculpt on our stream? It's fully open to suggestions. What do you guys think we should stream? Oh, sculpt. Should we sculpt the Tate brothers? Or should we sculpt some presidents? Bro, the no bullshit approach to art is actually becoming mainstream now. Seen a lot of content creators being more open to it. Of course, bro. Of course. Of course. And I think, I believe I'm the first person to start saying this, to be shouting this at the top of my lungs, bro. That you shouldn't be learning this like an artist. You should be learning this. Oh, you shouldn't be learning as a doctor. Literally, everyone just wanted to sound cool. They say the sternocleidomastoid or the maxillary arch. And yeah, they just wanted to sound cool, bro. They don't want to teach you. They just wanted their own ego to be satisfied. And I don't know what it is, bro. I think it gives them a hard on or something. Whenever they say sternocleidomastoid, they got a boner so hard it hurts. I don't know why, bro. Why? How does remembering the name of bone and muscles helps you become a better sculptor? It does not. It does not. I literally have met people and I have interacted with people. They know the anatomy front and back. Every name, every bone. And the only thing that they can't do is sculpt. How ironic is that? They know the anatomy front and back, every muscle, every bone, every insertion. This inserts here, this exits here, this is what this is that, this is this tendon, this is that tendon. But bro, the only thing they can't do is sculpt. And yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that people are being more acceptable or accepting this. I just learned this. I just realized this when I was learning, bro. It was a mess. When I wanted to learn how to sculpt, bro, it was so difficult. It was so difficult because everyone was saying all of these fancy names, and yeah, no one cares. I believe that, you know what? It's actually not their fault either. In a way, it's not their fault because all of the art institutions before this, everyone is just pushing all of this stuff, making them learn like doctors. And what do they teach? They teach what they've learned. And also, I was thinking of another point. I just forgot. It just escaped my mind. What was it? Yep. I also believe that the some creators, they are just way too ahead in experience. They have literally forgotten the pain of a beginner. They do not remember what it is like to be a beginner. So this they teach you how to sculpt in a very good way, but they've just forgotten the pain that a beginner has when he's learning. No one signed up to be a doctor. No one signed up for a PhD, bro. We want to learn to sculpt. Can you share your system specs? Yeah, sure. My system, bro. It's not a super high end PC. My specs is Ryzen 5 3500X, I believe. Yeah, 3500X. NVIDIA GTX 1660 and 16 gigs of RAM. Or is it 32? Let me check. I think it's 32. Or is it 16? Let's see. 16 gigs. 16 gigs of RAM. I built this PC. How long was ago? How long ago was this? I built this PC back in 20 2020 or 2019. I think it was the end of 2019. Yeah, I built this in 2019. And since then, I haven't upgraded it. Not once. I just feel like, bro, what's not broken should not be changed. And if it's working, it's working. Back then I had a job and it was a shitty job. So I had to wake up at 7 a.m. so I could be ready by 8. It was an hour long commute to that job. And I would reach there by 9. And I would come home by 8 p.m. It was an hour long back, of course. And the way things that are in Pakistan, bro, it's a sad reality, but you have to overtime. Unpaid overtime. It is just mandatory. You have to do it. It's just part of the job here. And in between that, I wanted to learn Blender. I wanted to learn Blender. Blender was a new software for me then. But where do you think I can learn Blender in this routine where I have to wake up at 7 and I have to leave home by 8 and I have to be there by 9 and I reach home at 8 p.m. How can I learn Blender within all that? So many people, if they are in the same scenario, bro, what they're going to be like, bro, my life is just miserable right now. I don't have time. Yeah, I have this thing, I have that thing. On the weekend, I just wanna chill, bro. I just wanna play video games. I just wanna watch a season or something. How can I learn? And the realization that I had, in that moment when I was in the car, I was going for the job, and the realization that I had, bro, I was like, bro, I'm working so hard for this dude. I'm waking up at 7 a.m. for this dude. When my boss called me on a Saturday, I get there, I show up, I go to my job, okay? I perform there, regardless of what I'm feeling. If I'm in a mood, if I'm not in the mood, if I'm sick or whatever, I have to go there. If he calls me a day early, I go there as well. But when it's the weekend and it's time for me to work on my goals, why do I slack? Why do I procrastinate? And it just hit me, bro. It just hit me that, bro, someone else's dream is more important to me right now than my own. So what I started doing, bro, is if I can get up for this dude at 7 a.m., I can get up for myself at 5 a.m. So I started getting up at 5 a.m. every morning and I started to learn Blender then. And when I got good enough, I took a risk. I quit my job and then I made an account on Upwork. And guess what happened? I found my first client on Upwork. And the funny thing is, the same thing I was doing at my job was the same thing that I was doing for them. And then the pay was 10 times higher. Literally 10 times higher. Over here, I was being paid $200 for a month for grinding my ass. And then the job that I found on Upwork was paying me $2,000 a month for doing the same thing on my own schedule. But what did it cost me? It cost me sacrifice, bro. It cost me sacrifice of my sleep, of my weekends, of not playing video games. Yeah, this is the choice that you have to make. I believe everyone has the same 24 hours in the day, bro. If you think you don't have time, I believe so as well. I cannot tell you, bro, that no one else wakes up as you with the responsibility to improve your life. If you can't do it for yourself, if you don't owe yourself this much, no one else can, bro. No one else can. What do you mean? I've seen pros sculpt from imagination. Are you mad? Job considering you can always have a reference on one side and it's gonna look worse compared to sculpting from reference. Just like 2D artists, pros can sculpt from imagination for maximum freedom creativity. Bro, there's a Jerry in the chat. Oh, bro. It's a genuine question. And the answer is, bro, I do not sculpt from imagination. You should never sculpt from imagination. When I was in my university, my teacher told me, he said, imagine that you're sitting in a classroom and you're sitting for the examination and you have the answer sheet. You have the answer sheet in front of you. Would you try to solve the questions, be like, oh, bro, I don't know what the answer is. Let me just type something. Or would you look at the answer sheet? You would look at the answer sheet. So when you're sculpting, bro, the reference is the answer sheet. And you mentioned that pros don't use reference. They use reference. They always use reference. Only a sick pro would tell you that, bro, I don't use a reference just to sound cool, bro. But they all use references. The best example that I have is just look at Davinci, bro. Davinci. Who doesn't know Davinci? He's an iconic artist. And he sculpted the Mona Lisa, which is one of the most famous paintings in the whole world. And Mona Lisa was not an imaginary person. There was a person sitting in front of Da Vinci, and he made her. So always use references. We are monkeys programmed best to respond to immediate pain pleasure. The pain of getting fired outweighs the apparent pleasure of the 100%. 100%. That is exactly why people will waste 3 years on a job but not try out their dream or work on their ambitions for 3 months. They'll waste their entire life but not risk a few months to see whether if what they want to do is compatible or not. They can do it or not. Because Da Vinci raised there are no resources to study from, so he has to rely on reference to build his visual library. But bro, Da Vinci got old. His whole life he was making art. He had the visual library in his mind. Still, he used reference. Let me ask you about Kim Jong-gi. He draws from imagination. Bro, in every art, in everything, there's gonna be this one gifted person. He's just so gifted, bro. He can imagine things, he can make things, but it's not the way that everyone is supposed to do it. Not everyone is capable of doing that. There are musicians who can recognize a note. They have, what do you call it, perfect pitch? Yeah, they have perfect pitch. They can recognize every note just by listening to it. Does that mean that everyone should try to be that? No, not at all. I can sculpt without a reference. I can do it, but I won't do it because it's yeah, it doesn't make sense, bro. You should always use a reference. Why shoot in the dark when you can have some light? Yep, enough delaying. Let's make the eyes. I always find the eyes to be the most intimidating part, and I just fool around, adjusting the mouth, adjusting the ear, and completely ignoring the eye. But let's not do that anymore. Let's just get it over with. Eyes are seriously the doorway to the soul of your character. If you mess up the eyes, bro, no matter how good the rest of the body parts are, no matter how good everything else is, yeah, if you mess up the eyes, it's game over. Yep. See, this is not good eyes. These are way too wide apart. Let's bring them a bit closer. Kim Jong-gi, having drawn professionally for at least 25 years, it is inevitably easier to do so imagination with so much experience. Yep. Visual library is one thing, but when you can just have the reference open to, it would be like removing an advantage for yourself. Yeah, 100%. Fixing proportions, but don't fixate yourself to it 100%. You have to put it into perspective. Asking beginners to do that from their imagination is just weird. Of course, reference is mandatory. Yep. Okay, bro, you should not use reference. Let everyone else do it their way. No, bro. Everyone should use the reference. Maybe when you're at the level of Kim Jong, who's this? Kim Jong Gi. That sounds so much similar to another person that we might sculpt. Kim Jong Gi. Yeah, bro. Maybe when we're at the level of Kim Jong Gi, then we can come to a better conclusion. But until then, use a reference. Always use a reference. And yeah, just like Kasim said, you'll be depriving yourself of an advantage for no reason. I don't know why it was such a flex when I was in university as well. So The class, my classmates, bro, they would flex about, hey, bro, I sculpted this without any reference. I drew this without any reference. I did this from imagination. And yeah, to be honest, if I look at the art now, it sucks. It was a flex, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. People should not be shamed for using a reference. It is how they should do it. Just remember that anytime someone tells you, don't use the reference, bro, train your memory, or learn how to sculpt without a reference. He's a Jerry, bro. He's a Jerry. Delete him. Block him. Let's share this smooth. By the way, guys, for those of you watching right now and those of you who are going to be watching this as video later, just check the pinned comment here. It leads to my courses here. If you don't know where to start, begin sculpting, or if you need a complete roadmap, but you don't want to learn like a doctor, but want to learn like an artist, just go ahead here, check out this community, get all of these courses as a single payment. If you want personal help, if you want me to help you out, give you personal feedback, just join this community. And you're over here, you can see inside the calendar, we have 2 calls every week where I sit down with you and I help you and I give you feedback and I tell you what you're doing wrong. And you're also surrounded by these amazing artists who will engage with you. These are the people who, yeah, they have the same interest as you. They're on the same path as you. So this is a great place to be around. You need to realize, bro, when your friends are all drug addicts, if you're a friend with 5 drug addicts, you're the 6th drug addict. If you're a friend with 5 losers, you're the 6th loser. And if you're friends with 5 sculptors, you are going to be the 6th sculptor. When you sculptor draw from reference every single time or all the time, you are actually not being going to be as creative. You are gonna be the slave to the reference. It's a double-edged sword, bro. No, bro, I completely disagree with that. Use references responsibly. You're gonna be a copycat. That's what I mean. A beginner should use references, but pros shouldn't be slaves to reference all the time. Yeah, but we're mostly learning right now. Like Ishaq hasn't even been doing this for 2 years yet. So there is no reason to try to imagine stuff yet. Takes years of experience to do with the reference. That's how all the pro warriors references. I thought because these sculpts are great. You are comparing people who have been professionals in their field. He is sculpting from imagining. Okay, bro. If you like my sculpts, if you enjoy my sculpts, if you enjoy my art, let me tell you, bro, I always use references. And the reason I've been able to reach this point where I am right now is because of references. And I plan on using references for the rest of my life. You also need to check out other pros, bro. A lot of pros who say they don't use references, they do. They might not show it to you because it goes against their ego. They want to have this cool image of, yeah, hey, bro, I sculpt without a reference. There's only a few gifted people out there who can sculpt without a reference. Or maybe someone who has, I don't know, so much experience. Like the only thing he does in his life is sculpting. And he can do it from imagination. But I bet you, bro, even when he wants to create something new, he will use the reference. He will use the reference. You need to realize that even the pro sculptors, they have a concept artist behind them who makes the concept for them and they use it as a reference. Whenever you see someone being, oh wow, this person made this character, just remember that there was a concept artist behind the scenes who did not get enough credit for making that character. and you only get to see, oh wow, this artist, he made this character. It's a team effort. I'm sorry I'm late to this, but can you please tell if you were learning sculpting in Blender or something else when you quit your older job? Or when I quit my older job, bro, I wasn't learning sculpting then. I wanted to learn Blender in general. So I was doing the donor tutorial, and then I tried learning some product renders, product visualization. I only started learning sculpting almost, yeah, I started learning sculpting in December of 2023. So not been more than 2 years. It's not even 2 years that I started learning sculpting. But back then, when I quit my job, I was learning Blender in general because it was a tool I was really passionate about. I loved how the results of Blender were. When I saw people doing stuff with Blender, it was amazing. I'd say just get the basics and the experiment. Once fundamental becomes second nature, you can play around with it. Can't expect to become a pro just because I feel like it. In any case, humans are good at improving things, copying them and drawing inspiration from them, not at creating them. There are and always will be exceptions, but they do not define the norm. Yup, 100%. Yeah, that is so true about creation and inventions. It just does not exist. There's no such thing as an invention. There's always looking at something and improving it, making it better. That can happen. But there's no such thing as invention. There is always an inspiration for something, everything. Every invention was an improvement of something, or something that existed, or inspired by nature. How long has it been? 1 hour 13 minutes. Damn, bro, we got distracted so much in the chat. But it was a fun conversation. Let's try to wrap this up as well. Time to go Lightning McQueen on this. All right, let's make a blockout for the hair. Hmm. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how much of an improvement is this to the Joker that I made back in 2024. Yep. I made the Joaquin Phoenix Joker back then as well. And right now, I think I am just on this spree of making my older sculpts. So we are on the remake marathon. Yeah, I remember the hair back then at least. But yeah, today we will do a much better job. Just a sec. Yeah, my phone was gonna die, so I had to plug it in. The reason I have to plug my phone in is because I just use my phone as a webcam. Yeah, the funny story is I was thinking of buying a camera for the channel. I was like, yeah, bro, I think I should invest in a camera. I should buy a camera. And then I just looked at cameras, and the cameras, the good, decent ones, they were around 300, $500 or something. Like, yeah, bro, I think this is going to be a good investment for the channel. Then I just realized, bro, that the best camera, the cheapest good camera that I can buy right now is my own phone. It's just use my own phone. I was looking at different webcams as well, and the webcams they sucked. The reason I was a bit, I didn't want to use cameras very heavily. I was also a bit reluctant to buy a camera, was because it's a pain in the ass, but record it from a camera, and then get it on the computer, and then there's this whole thing of full frame camera. I don't know what, bro. There's just a lot to go through if you want to buy a camera. And if you don't want to continuously be switching memory cards and transferring data, the easiest thing is to just record on your phone. And that's what I started to do. I bought this software, which was about $2, and this software allows you to use your phone as a webcam. Okay, let's disable symmetry now, and let's work on this. Wow, you really progressed a lot in just 2 years. Do you have art background, or was it your first time dealing with proportions and anatomy? It was my first time dealing with proportions and anatomy. I did buy a few courses back then, but yep, bro, I was a Jerry. I used to give up. I used to watch a bit of it, and then I never took it seriously. I have an art background, so I've been an mobile game artist. I make mobile game assets for more than 6 years, but those characters, they were just low poly stuff. I can show you a bit. They were just low poly things and not much that requires anatomy. So this was the kind of things that I was doing. I was making these low poly mobile games. I was making these ads for different game companies. And yeah, this is the kind of characters that we had to make. And I had to deal with the entire pipeline. So I was the environment artist, I was the prop artist, I was the rigger, I was the animator, I was the UV texture. I was everything, bro. Yeah, you don't need an anatomy for this, bro. You don't need an anatomy for this. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, we had this game where we had to inject and perform surgeries on females, give them some breast enhancements. Here you can see all of the rigging that I did on this character. Yep, you see, you can inflate, deflate the boobies. Also the butt, man. This is what I was doing as a mobile game artist. I think this is probably gonna be a shaky anime. Yeah, here there you have it. So we were testing different things for some jiggle physics. You know, GTA 6, they actually took their jiggle physics technology from me because back then I was doing all of this research. I showed them, bro. This is how you jiggle. I made this venom monster. You can see it sucks, bro. I mean, if I knew anatomy back then, this venom would have been so much better. This venom would have looked so good, but it is not because I did not know anatomy. You can see I was making these cute characters, animating them. Yep, this is really cute. This was very good, really cute. What else? What else? Yep, this gargoyle character I made. Yeah, we made the attack animation for him. I was given this model. I had to improve it a bit. I had to make the wings and some additional stuff. Yeah, this is another one of those examples. This this character. Yeah, you don't need anatomy for this, bro. This is easy stuff. The thing about improvement is, bro, you can be working but never improve. Okay, the only way you improve is when you practice deliberately. Okay, now imagine that you want to reach a destination which is a specific island on the sea, and you set sail, bro, and you're on the kayak or whatever. I don't know what the bro called, but you're just rowing your boat like crazy, bro. You're just making all of this effort. The thing that you need with effort is direction. And when you have the effort and when you have the direction, you reach your destination. If you don't have either, it doesn't work. The mistake that I made early on when I was learning is I just made sculpt after sculpt, sculpt after sculpt, sculpt after sculpt. And I was like, yeah, but this is what I have to do, right? I just have to make 300 heads and then I would improve. But the actual trick is to just make one head and to analyze the mistakes in that head and to improve it until you get it. I know this is so boring, Isaac. So boring, bro. But this is what will get you results. When your practice is deliberate, you get results. When you're just shooting in the dark, you don't get results. I wanted to learn sculpting for 6 years. The first time I sculpted character was in my university. That is when I fell in love with sculpting. I delayed it for 6 years, bro, because it was just painful. It's painful to learn, so overwhelming. I didn't know where to start. And when I did learn, I just realized, bro, I have delayed this longer than it took me to learn it. And learning it wasn't actually that hard either. Yeah, I'm still learning. To this date, I'm still learning. I make new things, I experiment with new things, I see the areas that I can improve in, and then I work on specifically improving that area. You can never know enough. You know, the mark of a good artist is that the more he knows, the more he learns, he realizes the less he knows. And a Jerry, bro, he just does one tutorial and he thinks he knows everything. That is arrogance, bro. The same thing goes for knowledge. The more you know, the more you realize you know nothing. You can never learn anything to its fullest extent. Never. So either you commit to be a lifelong student or you don't commit at all. Gotta go. Enjoy sculpting, man. Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, my friend. Yep. I think we need to make the hair a bit more curvy. Yeah, let's use the snake hook brush. To add some twist and some curls. I think I gave him too much hair. All right, let's start the painting process of the Joker. I need a bit of a dirty green for this. Later we can also add some yellow streaks to it, but right now I just want to give some basic colors. think we should do this without symmetry, just to give it a bit more interest. In 3D, the the thing that contributes the most towards realism, although this is not super realistic, of course, we're not making pose or whatever, but still something that is going to give it a lot more realism, is having imperfections. Remember, in 3D, imperfection is perfection. Nothing is perfect. So the right side and the left side, it just cannot be perfect. The makeup on both sides, it cannot be perfect. So you can see I did some more wear and tear here, a bit of randomness here. This about will give you the best results. I'm gonna enable it for now because I want a similar pattern on both sides. But later I will disable it once again and we will have some variances. Variancy? No, variance is not a word. We will have some differences. I don't know, whatever the word. Variety. We will have some variety. Variation. Variation is the word I was looking for. We will have some variations later on. Maybe one future core could be how to make hair. Yes, it could be. But the good thing is I already covered it inside one of our courses. So over here, if you go to the classroom section and inside the stylized anatomy course, when we make this Hulk, I show you how to make the hair. So it's already there. We learn how to make hair. It's the same technique. It's the same technique that I'm using here. Also, when I made the Akuma, so inside for the real-time sculpting videos, we have Akuma, and for Akuma, I also made the hair. Where is it? Where is it? It's using the same technique as well. Yeah. So it's the same overall silhouette, clay strips for big strokes. You indicate the flow of the hair. Basically, when you're sculpting here, you don't want to indicate every individual strand. You want to get the big shapes done. A good reference to look at here is to look at real life sculptures. So, human sculpture. This is a good example to look at when you want to study how to sculpt hair. Of course, inside Blender, you can use curves, you can use particles, whatever. But if you want to make hair, bro, this is the best reference. Because they didn't have particles, bro. They don't have curves. They have to do it on a piece of marble with a hammer and a nail. You can see they don't make every strand. They just give you the illusion of hair. Look at this. Beautiful hair. But you can't see every strand. It's just the illusion of hair. So inside the anatomy course, we already have how to sculpt hair. By the way, another thing. If you want a tutorial, just check out this tutorial for the hair. How to sculpt hair. Let me try to find the guy. Which one was it? Yeah, this tutorial. This tutorial. I learned how to sculpt hair from this dude. And it's ridiculous how little views he has. This, I believe, is the best way to sculpt hair. So someone else has already done it, bro. I don't want to make a tutorial on hair. Go ahead, check out this video. Very, very well explained. Let me just drop the link in the chat for those of you who want to go check it out. Thanks, we'll check it. Of course, man. My pleasure. Let's work on the reds now. And by the way, in all of these brushes, I really love the paint blend brush. It just feels so good to paint with because it gives you all of these imperfections. It gives you these scratches and everything, which I love. I love it. I love a bit of chaos. I love a bit of randomness in the stuff. Yeah, when working in 3D, randomness, imperfection, it is your friend. Seriously, bro, it is your friend. Having a bit of variation, breaking up symmetry, having imperfection, it just adds so much to the visual interest of your scene. So right now I am using symmetry, but I'm just using it to get a bit of a block out of stuff, and later I will break this symmetry to give it a bit more interest. So I have this. I will now disable symmetry, and I will make this one, I don't know, maybe bleed a bit, smudged a bit erased as well. Okay, this one, let's make it a bit imperfect as well. This one's almost touching, this one isn't. Just a bit of randomness, a bit of chaos. Let's make this side go higher. And damn, bro, this is looking really cool. Not to spit on my own dick, but yeah, this is nice. This is actually much better than what I expected. How long has it been? So 1 hour 43 minutes. That is a bit longer than I expected. I was like, maybe we can do this in an hour or something. But we had a good time in the chat as well. Yeah, bro, whenever the chat's active, I just like to engage with the chat. Because that is the purpose of a live stream, right? It is to interact with your audience. It's not to just silently sculpt my character and ignore everything you guys are saying. It looks a bit creepy with the wide eyes. Yep, definitely. Let's fix that. By the way, a tip for the eyes, guys, is to always dig them in like this. Okay? Because already you can see it makes it look so much more alive. Makes it look so much alive. And you know, in reality, our eyes, they are also concave and they have this convex shape in front of it. The lens of the eyes, it is like this. That is why the eyes look so beautiful when you stand directly in the sunlight. It's because of the way the eye catches the light. And when you dig it inside like this, it catches light in a similar manner, and you can see how much better this looks. This looks so much better. Paint soft. Yep. What color is Joaquin Phoenix eyes? Are they brown? I don't know, bro. Let's make it green. Why not? Let's make the outer layer of the eye. Let's make the inner layer of the eye. Let's make it green. Why not? He's the Joker. It will complement his hair. Let's make it green. This looks, I don't know, this looks yellow to me. Let's make it green, because why not? Paint blend. Just adding a bit of a highlight here because it looks nice. Let's make this full green and add this here very subtly. I don't want to overdo this because, bro, if you're doing something, you either go super detailed with everything or you just keep the same level of detail. Because if I don't add pose here and I make the eyes super hyper realistic, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Let's also paint some fake shadows because it just helps ease the eye a bit. Always paint some fake shadows on the white part of the eye. Let's just tighten this up. And yes, there we have it. The Joker featuring Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, let me also show you the first Joker that I made. Oh boy, you're gonna love this. Let me show you the first Joker that I ever made. Back when I was a monkey brain. And the only reason I made that Joker was because I thought, oh wow, the Joker movie's out, bro. I should make the Joker. I should make the Joker. It's gonna get so many likes. It's gonna get so many views, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna blow up on social media if I make the Joker. Want to see the first Joker I made? Here it is. Just look at this. And this thing, it took me, I don't know, 5-6 hours, the whole thing. And just look at this now. How long did this take us? This took us less than 2 hours while we were actively talking here. And with continuous distractions of the stream, look at the improvement. This is what happens when you focus on the basics. This is what happens when you don't learn like a doctor and you focus on anatomy like an artist. Okay? This is what happens when you're a Jerry. This is what happens when you follow trends. When you're like, hey bro, I just want to sculpt Joker because the Joker movie's out. This is what you end up with then. How long ago was that Joker? I don't know, bro. I think this was like 4-5 years ago. I'm not sure. Yeah, this was way back. I don't know a lot about sculpting then. I just sculpted it because I was like, yeah, Joker. It's the Joker, bro. And when I started learning like the right way, I started to learn the right way. I did a fun practice session then. Let me try to find that Joker. Yeah, here. This is the one that I made. This is last year. So this one is last year. This is what I made last year when I was learning sculpting. And I got a bit good at it. This was last year. And this is now. The difference is huge. It's huge. And yep, if you want to learn the right way as well, do I have courses? I'm trying my best to make this as easy as it can get without confusing you with fluff, without confusing you with unnecessary terms and everything. So check the link in the description. You can join either of my community. One is a one-time payment, one is a subscription platform. You help support the channel, but most importantly, you invest in yourself. You learn this for yourself. And if you want to get started for free, just go ahead, join the 1 month head sculpting challenge. This is absolutely free. And what you get here is you get a 1 month complete roadmap on how to sculpt your first head inside Blender. And let me show you the kind of results that we're getting. We're getting results within 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 1.5 week. This is not hard. This is not hard. This does not need to be hard. I can complicate this. I can complicate this as much as I want. I can call this the Nuzulibia fault. I don't know, the maxillary arch. But you don't need that information, bro. You don't need that information. Let's enable some shadows. And yep, this looks so good. By the way, the community right now is at a discount. I just want to mention this in case you like, Bisak, but you didn't tell me before. It is at a discount. And I'm just waiting for School. School is the platform where I host all of these communities. They are going to be releasing an update. And once the update is out, it is going back to the original price. It is going higher. It is going to go $39 a month. So right now it is $29 a month. Not only do you get sculpting courses, but you also get access to me, where I will personally help you with anything that you have issues with. We have 2 calls a week. So one of this is the workshop where we will sculpt the same reference together. The other one is the weekly call where you can come up, show me your sculpt, be like, Suck, I don't know how to fix the nose. You share me your sculpt. I will sculpt it for you. I will tell you the things that you need to improve. We're currently working on Neo. Yeah, I'm working on Neo as a side project. Just in case you haven't seen, let me show you. This is what I'm working on right now. I want to complete this hopefully within the next few days. We're sculpting Neo from the Matrix. This is gonna be so cool, bro. This is gonna be so cool. I'm really excited for this project. I love Keanu Reeves and I love the Matrix. And I just love sculpting this. Let's close this. Oh yeah, we have to take something for the thumbnail. So let's enable shadows. Let's make it look a bit pretty. You don't need lighting to improve your sculpts, bro. You don't need lighting to present your sculpts. If your sculpt is good on its own, just turning on the shadows would do. But if you have a bad sculpt, lighting is not the solution. Lighting will not make it better. Stop doing what doesn't matter. Start doing what actually moves the needle. Should we enable cavity? I think we should enable cavity. Let's try enabling cavity. Let's see. How does it look with cavity? Both. Ridge. Yep. Valley. I think the world cavity always works better. Yep. So the world cavity works better. Let's see this without cavity, with cavity, without cavity, with cavity. I think it looks better without cavity actually. So let's ignore cavity for now. Let's take something for the thumbnail. Say cheese, cheese. Yep. We have the thumbnail. Easy as that. And yes, goodbye, take care. Let's see if I have any more questions. If there's any more questions, I will answer them. And then I will leave. So I'm just going to take a sip of water. If I get a question in the meanwhile, I'll answer it. If I don't, I'll just leave, bro. All right, no more questions. Goodbye. Take care. Have a great weekend, everyone. And yep. Oh, by the way, do go to Aryan's channel and go subscribe, because me and Aryan, we will be sculpting live tomorrow. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to sculpt, but whatever we will sculpt, it's going to be crazy cool. So go ahead, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Yeah, we're going to have a great time tomorrow. See you guys. Goodbye. Take care. Here's a fist bump.